Hey, Basket Brains, Kirby here, aka Darkwing Disc, and I learned this week that I definitely do not have arachnophobia. What do I care if two spiders who love each other want to get married? Alongside of me this week is Ollie, and Ollie told me before the show he went to a zoo that only had a dog in it. What a shit zoo, am I right? Alongside of us is a very special guest. That is Colin Bryant, and Colin told me before the show he has a fear of speed bumps, but he is slowly getting over it. Welcome to episode 76 of the K.O Disc Golf Show. This is the Golem episode. Famous players that wear the number 76. We got Orlando Pace and we got Mondo Steve McMichael. Red Sox to wear the number 76. Zach Kelly. Mariners to wear the 76. Leo Rivas. And Ollie, hit us with the Giants.
I'm going to go with my GOAT of number 76, Chris Snee from 05 to 13, two-time Super Bowl champion, Chris Snee.
I don't got anything, man. That's too big of a number for me.
All right, KO question of the week. The question this week is: can you have leftover cookies, or are they just cookies? Colin, welcome back to the show. Actually, you're a returning guest. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Yeah, thanks for having me on, and always good to chat with you guys. So
yeah, you've had a pretty busy. Was it 6 weeks in a row now? You've been playing tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of spanning all over from B tiers all the way up to some pretty big like Elite Series events.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been kind of crazy.
Yeah, what you went to the Great Lakes Open, right? You went there by yourself without your parents, is that correct?
Yep.
And that's the first event that you've done kind of solo?
That's like the first pro tour event that I've like flown down to, and stayed at an Airbnb with some great people, and was just kind of like taking care of myself for the week. The people I was staying with, they were getting me rides and stuff, so like I didn't have a car.
Sure.
So that they were really good and took care of me a little bit. But that was the first one first pro tour event, go down to and practice a course and just be out myself. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. How was it? I mean, what was like the highlight of the week? What was it like? Kind of you're in a group of people, so it's not like you're kind of making all your own food decisions. But what was it like? Being that taste of freedom. First taste of freedom, so to speak.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was good. I'm not like the kind of person who's like just can't wait to get out of the house and just be on my own. I mean, I kind of love being home, and but I mean, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I think the people I stayed with, they were super fun, and that was cool. And we got to do some fun things, and but it was like being on the course and like just like I've gone to like a lot of the local events in Washington. I've been doing those a little bit more by myself, but like but on the pro tour, Daddy's always been with me there, like caddying, and so that was unique, kind of like just being out there and being like, oh man, like you throw a bad shot here, and it's like a lot of times I kind of can like chat with him about it, and he can kind of like bring me back. It's like now I gotta like kind of just reset in a sense, like by myself, and it was really good, just stepping out and getting that experience, and just kind of being like, oh, you know what, I can do this by myself. So it was really cool. So
what was the best part of the week?
Man, that's tough. There's so many good moments. I mean, it was super fun it was super fun playing the toboggan course like in a tournament. That was just, I mean, that course was so much fun. And round 2 was actually my worst round, and I shot like +2, +3 maybe. But it was like the day. It was like 20-mile-an-hour winds and like 40-mile-an-hour gusts. And I can't remember exactly who was on my car. I remember Chandler Kramer, Paul Ulibarri, and there's one other guy. I forget who it is. Sorry. Whoever it was, that card, it was super fun to play because it was so windy, and it just was a totally different like disc golf. You're throwing off these like super high shots, and the disc is in the air for so long. I mean, like I've seen discs like I've never seen anything like what happened that day. So that was kind of a highlight. Even though it was my worst round, it was just super fun playing with the guys on the card. We just had fun like playing in the wind and trying to figure it out. And So that was pretty cool. I mean, there's so many good moments, but that's kind of like it's fine. So
Sure. Top 10 finish at Idlewild.
yes, sir.
That's pretty huge, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I mean, I'd love to hear about that experience. What was that like?
Yeah. Man, that one was really cool. That was a tournament I did last year, and I feel like just the tournaments that I've done for the second time this year, I've had a little bit more success on, just from like I think a little bit more experience on the course and just knowing which shots and like where you want to land and just being comfortable. I think really helped. That course kind of suits my game in a sense, just because there's a lot of forehands out there, and I mean I throw a lot of backhands too, but like I'm very comfortable with the forehand, and so I think that was just solid. But I mean overall, it was just one of those weeks where I just didn't really make any big mistakes. It just kind of was real consistent each round, and yeah, I mean just kind of each day moved up a few more spots, and getting that top 10 was pretty sweet. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
Did you notice any kind of like hey, who is this kid kind of vibe when you're out there, kind of getting in that top 10, like who is this younger person?
Um, I didn't really notice it a lot. Like I mean that final round I had a really sweet I think so it was Simon Lizotte, Calvin Heimberg, and Adam Hammis, and
Yep.
that was a super
Huge.
card.
Yeah,
And
that's really cool.
that was also
Third card. Yeah, that's
yeah,
crazy.
card. So it was also the biggest like crowd I'd ever played in front of. So that was really cool. I really love playing in front of a crowd. Like I think it's super fun. And but I don't know. I didn't really feel like people were like, oh, who is this kid? I mean, I don't think I'm like that known, but I don't know. I mean, I didn't really get it too much. I mean, I think it's funny because like I don't really sign many discs, but like I signed more discs at D Glow and Ledgestone and other ones than I did at that one. So
Oh, that's so funny.
that was funny. There's a guy who came up to me at the end in the parking lot. And he's like, "Hey, can I get your signature?" We're like, "Yes." At least
Like finally someone.
so, no, that was a super fun week. It was fun too because Carter and Axel were both there, so it was fun to reconnect with those guys and just play and do dumb bets during a round and that kind of thing is always just fun. So
Sure. Yeah, I mean, speaking of dumb bets, this past weekend was Top Dog and the Northwest Point
all right.
Series. We have our great Northwest Point Series champion, Colin, with us. But I noticed you and Maddie Bloom doing a lot of push-ups throughout your round. You wanna kind of tell the people about
Oh yeah,
your little side bet you guys had going?
yeah. Well, we played together the first round, and he came up to me, and he always shows up like 20 minutes before his tee time. I'm like, man, you gotta warm up more. But anyways, he shows up, a few minutes before his tee time, and he's like, hey, I think we need to have a bet on the round today. And I'm like, sure. What do you want to do? And he's like, well, we kind of talked about it for a little bit, and then he came up with, he's like, each hole at the, whatever person does worse, they have to immediately do 5 push-ups during the round. And if we tie, it just pushes. So that 5 push-ups, if we tie that,
And
and it's 10 on the next hole, 15. And so we did that the first round. It was pretty funny because, like, I kind of locked in that first round. It was like, I think I beat him for the first 12 holes. So he did like 60 push-ups in the first 12 holes, which, I mean, he's like in such good shape. I mean, he could have done that all day.
He's an animal.
So
Yeah.
he really is. So, but that was super fun. I did like I think the next 15 or something, but I really didn't have to do much, so it kind of worked out great. But it was super fun. It was just, I mean, I don't know, that kind of stuff's just always fun because like we were both like trying to play good, but you're also like just having this little side bet. Like we'd make putts and be like, get on the ground and do 5.
Mhm.
It was pretty fun. So and then we did that for round 2. We weren't on the same card, but we just compared notes at the end. We're like, this is how much we got to do. So it was pretty fun. So
Whose idea was it to do push-ups on the stump?
uh, well, we were walking by it and we were both kind of like sad about this basket not being there.
Hmm.
Uh, and I was parked for the birdie, and he was like under the basket bar, and I'm like, I think, or no, I got on there, and he's like, you think I can do push-ups up there? And I'm like, I don't think so. He's like, oh, I think I can, and so he just hopped up there and did his 5 push-ups. They're kind of like more handstand push-ups, which is harder.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, I was like, Grant showed me the video
Yeah.
of him doing the push-ups, and I was like, those don't count. He's on his knees. You know, that's not a real push-up.
Sure, I wasn't gonna say anything because I was like, I'm scared about doing my push, but
Sure.
he came up with the idea there, getting
Yeah,
them.
I mean, climbing up there alone, getting up there to do them is pretty funny.
Yeah,
No, really, really funny watching you guys
yeah.
throughout the round. Somebody was on my cart. I forget who it was, but they were like, "What?" I think it might have actually been Pierce,
Hmm.
who was caddying for me for the weekend. Was like, "What is he doing?" He goes, "Is he doing push-ups again?" It was really funny to watch you guys. Yeah,
Mind-boggling to Pierce.
yeah,
Yeah,
super weird. Um, you also picked up your first A tier win this year, down at or up at Farragut, I guess, or over at Farragut. I'm really surprised that that's your first A tier win. I feel like you've picked up quite a few wins so far in your career. You're at 20 so far.
Yeah.
What was going on at Farragut? I mean, you smoked the field, dude.
yeah. I mean, a little combination of just like, I mean, there were some really good. I mean, Dallas was there. Whenever Dallas shows up, he's like,
Sure.
he's the guy to beat. So
Yeah.
I think he just had an off week, and I mean, a lot of other great players, 1,000 rated guys, didn't really, play up to their standards. So I never really felt the pressure of like someone pushing and like gaining strokes on me. Um, so I mean, I started off each round 8 under through 9, and so I just always kind of was like started off hot, and then kind of slow back 9, but it was like each round was like that. So I don't know. I mean, I think it was just a combination of not really anyone like if they're pushing. I mean, I think
Sure.
it's funny because I've gotten a lot of second places. I got in second place to you.
That's
um,
right.
at SeaTac, it's like I come into like final round with like the lead or something, and then, but it's like at SeaTac, I mean, I think I had the lead that round, and then you came back, and I mean, you shot a great final round. So like you applied that pressure, and I kind of felt that more. I never really felt that at Farragut. So
Sure. I mean, you shot the hot round all 3 rounds.
yeah,
Whether you tied with somebody else or not, you still had the hot round all 3 rounds. To start the tournament, 10:55, 10:60. I mean, you could have coasted in that
uh,
final round, but the fact that you still kind of put on the pressure just says a lot about you and just how good of a weekend that really was. And
yeah,
just, yeah, so impressive. I mean, it really goes to almost a compliment to how good Dallas is, because he's so incredible. For you to beat him by that much is shocking, and definitely not something that I think very many people expected. Because I think people would have expected you two to kind of have that tight knit battle all the way down to the end. So
yeah.
it's just honestly, man, Tyler Schrock and I were talking about it in the parking lot yesterday, or on yeah, that is yesterday. We're doing this Sunday. We're doing this Monday night, so that was yesterday. But one of the things that we talked about is we've watched you now for a few years kind of grow up and kind of develop into the player that you are. And we've noticed like you're not doing things necessarily that are different than what you're used to do. You just stopped missing
Mm,
and you've gained distance on both your forehand and backhand, and your putting has gotten better. So everything has gotten marginally better and you stopped making mistakes, and it shows in your play, and it's really to watch you go from chase card to lead card to winning events to performing well on the pro tour. All of us in Washington are just like so proud of you and just so happy to see all of your success and all that. So
I
yeah,
appreciate that so much.
for
I
sure, keep it going, man. Yeah, we're rooting for you so hard.
I think it's so cool. I mean, I'm very proud to say that I'm a Washington pro. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like we've got a pretty sweet crowd out there. I mean, I mean just from everyone. I mean, yourself, Tyler. I mean, there's so many guys that we all push each other each weekend, and we have a ton of fun out there too. But it's like we're also competing and want to beat each other. So it's like
Mhm.
it's it's super fun, and I mean, I think it's unique because I remember starting out and like like you said, like I would look at you. You guys would be at the top and like lead card and like gunning for the win, and I'd be in like that like top 10 ish range. But I'd be like, man, I was like just watching you guys and just like learning, and but I've been very grateful to be able to compete with all y'all and just I mean learn what you guys do and get beat by you guys, and and try and beat you guys. So it's always fun. I'm always like, if I ever get an opportunity to always keep playing Washington tournaments, I'm gonna keep doing that.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, we love having you there, but at the same time, we love watching you on the pro tour. We love watching you succeed out there. You know, it's cool like looking up the leaderboard and seeing like a Washington State, you know, kind of up there. So
Yes, sir.
keep it going, man. You know, we're so pumped for you.
Yeah. Okay, so
Ollie, how you doing, man? How's everything going?
I've been good. I've been good. Had some like work stuff. First day as of Monday. Yeah, we're filming this Monday night, and I was cashiering at Costco. Get a little pay raise when I'm cashiering, so that was had the gun, and I'm just going through. It was a lot chiller. Just always doing something new is fun. And
You
then
sniping out barcodes over there.
I actually had my stats. I had it was pretty low because there's a couple like be like they'd be I'd be scanning, I'd be like time to pay, and then they'd be like, oh, my wife's coming with like one more thing and she has the card, and I'd be like,
oh, we've done that so many times.
I'm like, come on, my numbers.
Nah,
but
you gotta go.
I had a few of those, and I was like, I'm also just not the person that's gonna be like, come on. I'm always like, I'm just standing there smiling. I'm like, how's your day? And, like I'm so passive in that way. I'm just not gonna get in your face. I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna yell. I'm just gonna be like, how we doing? Like I'm in this situation too. And so, but I had like almost 40. I was going through like 40 an hour, 40 people an hour. So I felt pretty cool about that. And then it was like 15-ish items a minute or something like that, which is just whatever.
Getting
I was like low key, I'm gonna keep getting my stats every day so I can keep. I'm gonna like I kind of like it. It's kind of fun.
Can I tell you? So weird, like fantasy that I've always had is I'm gonna be at the grocery store and I'm gonna be at the self checkout and they're gonna walk up and they're like, "Hey, you're pretty good at that. Do you want a job?" And I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm good, but thank you to recognize my game, recognize talent, kind of thing. Like I want to be like scouted for my grocery shopping abilities.
I do. I was like Target or some kind of like self checkout, and I was going so quick, and I was like, I wonder if they know I work at a warehouse.
Yeah.
I wonder if they know.
This guy's in the industry, obviously.
I'm gonna raise my hand and say I'm horrible.
Are you?
Dude, there's this like game I got on my PC called Supermarket Together. And it's literally like a tycoon game you can play with or not tycoon, it's like a game you can play with your friends and you're building like a supermarket. But literally, I'm just sitting there in that game like scanning things and I was like, I wonder if it's going to be like the game. Kind of like the game. But it was chill. It's been fun. Roxy and I, we got all set to, we were supposed to get the keys today, and then our landlord, I guess, like was saying that the cleaners weren't able to come this weekend for like the final check or something. So the latest we can get in is like tomorrow Tuesday after they come in and clean. But then we're like, we're paying for those days. Maybe we should like, get a new like structure for because we're paying for the September month and October. Like we played a full first month and last. And so we're like, maybe we should get that lessened or something like that. But figuring that out. It'll be this week though. We're moving in, which I'm really excited about. So this actually, I think, will be the last time with this background. It'll be a totally different background. Yeah, we'll be moved out. I'll be moved out. Yeah, I'm really excited. Colin was saying something about how he enjoys like living with the parents and like living with family and stuff, and it kind of hit. I was like, damn, I'm gonna be moving out like literally this week. But yeah, so it's been good. Just kind of figuring that out. I gotta pack. I haven't even. I mean, like, yeah, I gotta pack. But the nice thing is, living at my mom's, I don't have like a deadline of like you need to be out at this date. It's like I'm gonna slowly take some stuff in, make sure I'm downsizing a bunch. I'm trying to sell a lot of stuff, so kind of doing some like life things right now, figuring that out and enjoying that, which has been fun.
One carload at a time too. You're not incredibly far, so
exactly.
You do a little bit here and there, kind of deal. One trip at a time. Come over, say hi to Kippy. Yeah, all about
exactly.
Yeah, nice. How far are you on? How much did you do on the bike this week?
Not too much on the bike. I was like in the we were like 15-ish, 20 miles. I had that fall, so I was kind of like chilling a little bit. But then I kept going and doing like really short rides, just sprinting, just like wanting to hit like a couple of hills and sprints. And I'm 4 seconds off being the 7th fastest on the app for this one like gnarly hill on Queen Anne, which I'm like, oh, I'm all over that. I'm like, I'm gonna get that. So
nice.
The hills are they're not for everyone, but they're for me, man.
Yeah. No,
How's your
Those hills in Queen Anne are like legit, man. They're real.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. How's your week, Curb?
It was good. Pretty much just getting ready for Top Dog, really. Had Pierce on the bag the whole weekend. I sniped him from Colin. That was really cool. Grant reached out to me and was like, "Hey, Colin asked if Pierce could caddy." He goes, but I told him that he was busy, and I was like, "Dang right, he's busy." So, but yeah, I had Pierce on the bag all weekend, which was really cool. And then Chuck, the fucking goat, Chuck hung out the whole time, and that was also really cool because there was definitely a few instances where I was gonna throw a shot and I would turn around and ask Chuck like, "Hey, I think I want to do this," and he would give me the like, I mean, you could do that or this, or would
Dude,
kind of reassure what I was thinking, which is really awesome. Pierce was also so funny and so great with caddying too because he was picking up on my rhythm of how I play and I kind of explained like my putter situation. Like I have three putters. One's a hard plastic that I use for approach. One's a soft. One's to make it in the basket. And he was kind of figuring out when I used each of them. So like when I would throw a drive, I would turn around and he would have the putter I needed for the landing zone I was at, and like my towel on top of it like ready. And I was like very cool. And like we had a cool little like fist bump to little like kind of like kind of like handshake going the whole weekend, which was cool. So just really fun. And like at one point, I was asking him, I was like, what would you do over here? Like I threw a shot and I was like, come here, like you tell me, like, what do you think? And it was just kind of cool, like chatting with him and hanging out with him and, Grant on Sunday as well, hanging out there too. So good people. I've said this so many times that Pierce is going to be so good. Like
so good.
he already throws so well. So
Yeah, he was throwing with us yesterday. I'm like, hey,
He's
yes.
not only is he got like, I mean, he plays baseball, so like, he's got a really good sidearm, but then he's also got a great backhand, and I'm like,
yeah.
I feel like it's so hard, especially when like you're a young player, to have both sides. That's pretty good. So
His
Yeah.
form is like really solid, and I'm like, yeah.
it's really solid. Yeah.
On my Facebook memories, it came up that so Saturday was the 20th, and September 20th, 2024, I posted the picture that I took of the two of us and Grant when we did our first lesson with him, or when I did my first lesson with him. So what he's done in a calendar year from that time, and it was probably not exactly on that date, maybe like a week or two earlier, but in that year's time, his backhand has gotten so tremendously better, and it's like that's him out there playing all the time, wanting to throw more backhands. Because when I first met him, Grant even told me he's all forehands. He only wants to throw forehands, and now he's I would say almost backhand dominant, which is like really impressive for that quick of a switch and at that young of an age. So
Yeah, it's really cool to see.
yeah. Okay, Chris Holden. I know you're listening. Really appreciate you, man. Chris came up to me in the parking lot and said that he's now listening to the show and he's watching the show, and he really, really enjoys it. But I got to tell you, Chris, you have a really terrible take. The Arctic Blitz Celsius is delicious. You are wrong about that. I am sorry. He came up to me in the parking lot. He's like, I was so mad at you about your draft picks for your energy drinks. And we started talking about it. And he's like, that was the one. That was so bad. And I was like, no, they're delicious. So I just had to put that out there. Yeah, Arctic Blitz Celsius is delicious. Um, Another thing that happened this weekend that was cool. The disc golf community is just so great and something that I just appreciate so much. We do the show and we kind of just talk about like random stuff. And there was one day I mentioned like Cool Ranch Dorito flavored pretzels would be awesome. And then a week later, Grant shows up with a bag of Cool Ranch flavored pretzels and was like, I found them at the grocery store, and gives them to me. And I'm like, man, that's so nice of you. Thank you so much. And we have Caleb on the show last week, and he busts out a bag of Mountain Dew flavored like trolley gummy worms. And so on Saturday, he's like, "Hey, come here," and he brings me to his car, and he pulls out a bag of gummy worms. He's like, "Here you go," and I was like, "What?" And
The goat.
dude, they're awesome. And like, I just I appreciate that stuff so much. Like, it's so minor, but at the same time, like people care, and they're watching too. Like, it really it's awesome, and I appreciate it so much, and I appreciate all the people around so much. The pond guy went diving at South Fork.
Oh,
He jumped in. There's a bunch of discs that he's gonna bring into ECD, and we'll get people texted about that. Ollie, the fairway finder, was not there.
what?
Yeah, I gave him specific instructions on like where to go and like, hey, it should be like about this area. I told him I was like, it's a blue disc. It should have like an AGL stamp on it. And he said he didn't find it out there. He also said he didn't have his air tank with him, and the visibility was pretty bad. So he's like, I could only do so much. But he pulled out probably like 40 discs or so. So
That's a lot.
I gotta
yeah,
go before it gets like cold.
yeah.
How deep is that pond there?
I mean, I think it's like neck high, so probably like a little over 5 feet, I would say. So he'll go out there and like tiptoe and then feel a disc and be able to kind of go on. He also has a wetsuit and goggles, and when he has his air tank, he'll full on just like dive underneath and like scavenge. So,
We're hurt. Tough
um,
loss to the bag. But
yeah.
honestly, I have so many. It's just a cool AGL stamp destroyer. So
Oh, I
that's
thought it
all
was
it
an
is.
emperor, but
No, it's just a
no.
destroyer.
Yeah. Honestly, I knew what you were gonna say, and it is a tough loss to the community, not just to the bag. It's a tough loss for the
Dude,
whole for everybody
it
involved here, all right?
it didn't even make it to the video coming
I
out.
know, no. It's shining moment. It's gonna be more of like a memorial than it is a For those, it's Ollie was featured in the Go Throw like Beat the Pros video.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
got he made it into the thing, and then he eagled the whole two and made it into like the whole playthrough thing, and was
I gotta play
lacing.
Gossage, Callaway, Luke Taylor, and Matt Bell.
Yeah,
wow.
and he was lacing lines the whole day at kayak with this one blue disc that he then dumped in the
Oh,
water. So
look that.
yeah, and that
And
video should come out in the next like
Luke
two
Humphrey,
weeks.
I throw it and he just goes, "Oh, the fairway finder again," and I was like,
Right.
"Oh, I love that." I was like, "That's the nickname," and I was like, "I've never been called the fairway." I'm like throwing out of bounds and horribly mistakes and messy play, and then
Not
when
that
the
day.
camera's on, it's just like down the middle, fairway hit.
Locked in.
No, it was so locked in. It was great. Yeah, it should be coming out. I got it. It should be coming out really soon.
That was really fun. And then Spider League, as I mentioned before, I am honing everything. I'm kind of figuring everything out. I want to start that in probably like probably 3 weeks from now, realistically. So next week I'll start to kind of dial people up. I've had a few people reach out and say that they're interested in being part of it. So that's awesome. Somebody actually sent me a logo for Spider League, so that was really fun. So people are into it.
I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm pumped about it. Colin, I would love for you to participate. The idea here is I'm going to find an app that you can scan spiders that you find, and it'll tell you how like poisonous or dangerous the spider is, and then you're gonna send me that level of poison or whatever it is. I don't know. I got to figure that part out still, and then I'm gonna have everybody kind of get some, and then I'm gonna put everybody into like brackets. And people are gonna I'm gonna have their spiders like battle and stuff like that. It's gonna be a good time.
If you see a spider, take a pic and think of Kirby, and you'll
Yeah,
be good.
exactly.
I'll just be out there just searching for the spot.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
dude.
mine.
We're hitting the season where they're gonna start searching for you
Oh
real
yeah,
quick.
you're not gonna
Yeah,
need to look.
yeah.
It's true. It's true.
All right, getting right into the baseball check-in. Red Sox. I'll take care of this first. There's only two series left. We're facing the Blue Jays tomorrow and for the next 3 days, and then the Detroit Tigers, who are on a wild down spiral. It is insane to see what's happening. Yeah, there's complete chaos in the wild card, which is really, really fun. I think there's 5 teams going over 4 spots. It's pretty nuts. Red Sox, I think if they go 4-2, they make the playoffs. Going 4-2 is kind of a tall order. I think 3-3 might get in, and I could see this team going 3-3. It's just it feels like a struggle just to make it into the playoffs. As a fan, I selfishly want them to, but I just don't think even if they make the playoffs, it's like we're not. I don't see this team going deep in the playoffs though. There's just too many. They're just too vulnerable. There's too many weaknesses.
I mean, baseball's weird though. Teams catch fire, and it's like
Yeah,
they catch it at the right time, and they're unstoppable. I mean, like it doesn't matter who they are. The guys just I mean, you see it every year. So
For sure. I mean, we have the guys that if this guy gets hot and that guy gets hot all at the same time, but we're kind of in that crunch time of like if you're gonna get hot, you kind of gotta do it now, or it's not gonna happen. You know, it almost feels like if it's not now, then when? And it doesn't seem like anybody on this team really wants to step up.
yeah,
So, I don't know. I'm excited for the next week of baseball, though. It's gonna be
Oh yeah,
a lot of fun.
it's gonna be crazy. Yep.
Mariners have been cooking, like an insane amount of cooking, almost at that magic
Crazy.
88 number where after sweeping the Astros, and that series brought like so much joy. That second game I was getting updates on my phone because I was at work, so I had it on. I always get it on my watch, so it'll just buzz me every play, and it like actually tells me the play that happened play by play. Where I'm like, yeah, you. No, I'm not listening to anything you're telling me right now.
Mhm.
And it was when they had the game winning run at bat, and I was like, I feel like so like they have the game right here. Like the Astros could easily win that game too, and then just came through, clutched it, and Victor Robles like such a cool diving catch. That was so sick.
Oh, so
Mhm.
It was pretty. He was the guy that we talked about him. I gotta go. One of the episodes we talked about. I'm pretty sure in the minor leagues how he was like he had like some crazy fit or something like that and was like throwing some stuff around earlier in the season.
he checked it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then so just
Crazy.
it's awesome to see him working out and getting hot and like making plays like that for this team. Because even before that, he was doing it for us. The game winner against oh, I forget. He had the walk off the a few games before that ago. So just like everyone's contributing to that success. Cal Raleigh, 58 home runs, Mariner record. So freaking cool.
So cool.
Um, yeah, that's like it's. We got the Rockies and the Dodgers to finish up the season. So that Dodgers series, I think, is gonna be pretty big. And I think just play our game, and the Rockies won't be a problem.
Handle the Rockies.
Yeah.
You know, take care of business against them. You know, and guarantee that
AOS, yeah, get the
that's
AOS, and it's over. It's so exciting. Yeah, this is
yeah.
something that's never happened in my lifetime, so I'm really excited, and this is really cool.
Yeah, that's one. What's interesting too about the Dodgers is if they like, you know, win these next games, and they're probably just gonna rest guys when they play you. I mean,
Very possible. I mean, they're 3 games up. Yeah,
Yeah, there's no reason either of you, the Dodgers or the Mariners, need to be putting out your top two starters, you know, against each other, right? Like you both should be holding them back for the playoffs. So I mean, I don't know. There's a couple of wins to be had there for sure.
yep.
Colin, what's going on with them them Rangers?
Oh man, it's. I mean, our division's always so tight with the. I mean, always the Mariners and Houston at the top. And I mean, we started cooking for a little bit. I think we had like 7 or 8 wins straight. We played. I mean, it was against good teams, but the Mariners were also cooking too.
you
So
were like 3 games behind or something at one point. Two
we got
games,
within. I think like
1 game.
Two.
I thought
I think you're two.
2. Okay, it was close. I mean, we got really close.
Yeah,
And I mean, like, I mean, I'm definitely like, I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm a much bigger Rangers fan. I just like baseball more, and so it's like, I really wanted to see them just keep coming through, but we really needed some losses from the from Houston and the Mariners, and the Mariners are just, I mean, they're looking so good right now. So
Yeah.
it's
Even Cleveland too.
what?
You know, even Cleveland too. If Cleveland doesn't win 10 straight there, you know,
Oh,
I think the Rangers are a little more even in the conversation, right?
for sure, for sure. I mean, it was just, I mean, in the season, just craziness, and then we just started dropping. I mean, there's no chance for us now. It's sad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll see. Postseason baseball, though. I mean, regardless of who's in it, I mean, it's some of my favorite stuff to watch. It's so
It's always fun. Yeah. I'm still rooting for the Red Sox to come to Seattle. I've already gotten it approved with the wife that I'm just gonna get a ticket and I'm gonna spend a decent amount of money on it and that's
How much do you
okay. Yeah.
think? How much do you think you'd actually spend on
I
that ticket?
I think I'm gonna spend over if the Red Sox come to Seattle, I think it's gonna be over 350. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a way bigger number, but that's still a lot
I
of money.
that
yeah.
that is. I mean, you know what? I mean, I'm definitely like, if the Mariners are in. I mean, I'm not a Mariners fan, but it's still like, if I could go see a postseason.
Playoff baseball? Oh my
Like,
god.
oh yeah,
Playoff baseball against your team. You know what I mean? That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. Like if
yeah,
it's
for sure.
Mariners Red Sox, I'm like,
Oh yeah, you should.
man,
You should definitely, if you got the chance, you should definitely.
yeah. I've been in Seattle for 11 years now, and I think this is the first like real playoff baseball opportunity that I've kind of felt like, hey, there's a actual
Chance.
avenue, there's a real path for this, which has me excited because I feel like this is going to be a real thing for the next
Mm-hmm.
2 years, 3 years. Because the Mariners seem like they're building a pretty solid core. The Red Sox have a really nice core. Like this could be a real thing for a few years, and I'm really excited about it. All right, we're going to get into the tournament recap. This is presented by Emerald City Discs. Emerald City Discs, the gem of the Pacific Northwest. This past weekend was the Top Dog Open. We have the Top Dog winner and second place here as well. Congratulations, Colin, on winning this past weekend.
Yeah.
Um, do you want to kind of tell us a little bit about just kind of your tournament?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, first of all, it's always I love coming to Delphi, and that was I didn't play like the tournament in the spring tournament that was there. I missed that because of baseball, which is totally fine. But I like going to Delphi and playing a tournament. We had beautiful weather too, so that was great. It's always so fun, and I mean, all my cards each day were super fun. Final round, getting to play with you, and I definitely was like, I mean, three back. I mean, I gotta go out there and play it. I gotta go out there and play because I know Kirby's coming. So I thought it was funny too because I mean, we for the last 3 years have been it's been me and you competing for the top spot. So I mean,
Yeah, for the point series for sure.
oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
think that's really interesting the way that's kind of worked out. Yeah, 3 years ago, you and I go to a playoff on hole one, and you beat me there. Last year, I beat you coming down to the stretch. I know I basically birdied out from like
you've. I remember,
birdied like 9 in a row or something
yeah, I
like that.
remember looking. I'm like, wow, it's looking pretty good. And then you just, you know, remembered. You're like, oh wait, I'm just gonna win this.
Yeah, I was like, I guess I'll just birdie out, and we'll see what happens from
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
yeah.
And then yeah, this year for you to have a pretty sizable lead as far as the point series is concerned.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, it's cool. Like I said, it's cool going back and forth with you, on this. One of the things that I've kind of said in the past on this show, and I'm kind of joking, but I think it's kind of funny, is that I'm getting older. I mean, I'm 35, turning 36. So like at this point, like I just need to make sure that I'm giving you ample competition. So when you go to the pro tour, you're ready.
Mhm.
I think I kind of joke, but like my, potential claim to fame here in disc golf is going to be, in 10 years when you're giving an interview and you're like, hi man, this guy Kirby Snyder back in the day really kept me honest. So that's kind of my end result, is just to kind of keep you honest and keep you on your toes, keep you striving, and if you slip up, I will be there to do everything I can to take you down. So um yeah, love competing against you though, because I mean, I've said this to Caleb too, and there's a lot of people in the area that do it, but there's certain people that I see are going to be coming to a certain tournament, and the week before I do spend extra time doing putting practice, or kind of that little bit of more like I got to kind of lock in a little extra because I know this person's they're bringing their A game, so I want to bring my A plus game to make sure that I can hang or even beat them, kind of deal. So and that just kind of goes to, like, again, all the talent in the area, because there's so many of us that kind of push me, and we all kind of push each other so much. So
Yeah.
all right, we're gonna go through the winners real quick. Where'd it go? Right here. Like as we mentioned, Colin won MPO. I came in second, and Tim Tankley came in third. Actually went bogey free for the entire weekend, and that makes 3 straight tournament rounds going bogey free, which
Wow,
is pretty sweet. So
That is sweet.
that is
yeah,
good. I
that's the kind of disc golf that I want to play, and like I'm good with getting pars if it means I'm not getting bogeys, kind of deal.
Yeah.
So trying to get the birdies, but just avoiding the damage feels really good. So I'm really actually very very proud of three.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
fun
Yeah,
to do. I mean, even on a course like Delphi, like my goal really is, I'm like, if I go bogey free out there, I know I'm gonna shoot good. And I
sure.
do that.
I mean, the
Like,
bogeys sneak up on you out there. There's
yeah,
plenty of out of bounds. Something really silly can happen, out of nowhere. Like, yeah. It was breezy too at the beginning of that second round.
Oh, it was. Yeah. Weird guts
So,
pop up. Yeah.
yeah. Winning FPO was Danielle Keene. Winning MP40 was Christian Liebig over John Anderson and Matteo Condalucci. Winning MP50 was Ming, beating out Daniel Lilly. Winning MP70 was Jack Lorber. Winning MA1 was Jason Meekum, with John Geiger and Jonas Helmick coming in second and third. Chris Johnson beat out Jeff Fastine and Jules Van Julesen, who tied for second, and MA40. FA40 was won by Jennifer Ostrom Krasinski. MA50 was won by Bruce Sweeney Weaver. MA60 was won by Grant Toshi, with Marty Smith coming in second and the fucking GOAT, Chuck Knudsen, coming in third. I actually walked the majority of the course, probably 2/3 of the course, with the MA60 card just to kind of hang out with Chuck and carry Chuck's bag for him. I was like, Chuck, you got me for an hour and a half if you want a little relief there. And he's like, here you go. It was really, really fun. I ended up hanging out for the entire time. I was like, I kind of got a time I got to leave. And then I just was like, screw this. I got to see what happens here. Really fun. Marty ended up winning the Northwest Point Series championship for MA60. But it was down to the last putt. It was really exciting. Marty had 2 strokes on Chuck going into hole 18. Marty put it onto the green OB. Chuck put it like 28 feet short of the basket. Marty ran his putt and went like barely long. We all thought it was in out of the hand, so that was really exciting. And then Chuck ran his putt and just like barely missed. And it was just a really, really exciting like couple of minutes to kind of finish out where it's like, man, if Chuck hits this, like there's a real potential for a playoff here. That would just be electric, so I know Chuck was a little disappointed. I was really proud of him. It was fun to watch him. I love watching the MA60 guys play. I think Colin, you and I talked a little bit about this where they're playing golf. They're doing a totally different style of disc golf than we are. It's a totally different game where we're just so attack, attack, attack. Got to try to birdie everything. They really are put placement shots, and they're worried about OBs in places that we're not normally worried about it, or places that we wouldn't normally think about it. So just really fun to watch, and just had a really, really good time hanging out with those guys. Dion Clare won MA2 over Austin Myers, and Alex Gordon won MA3 over Brandon Krasbinski. So congratulations to all the winners there. Next week we'll go over who won the Great Northwest Point Series. I'm waiting for there to be like a full like announcement. I know like a couple of people just kind of did their own post and that kind of thing, but we'll get a whole recap next week on that.
Heck yeah.
And then also happening this week was the Honeybee Ladies Open, sponsored by 360 Disc Golf. This was a women's only event happening out at Bremerton, ran by Nicole Coleman. We're going to go through the winners real quick here. Winning FPO was Allison Mabbutt over Jennifer Rice and Brandy Cargill. Janice Z. Jones won FP60. Rhonda Snyder won FP70. Give it up for a fellow Snyder. Always, always cool. FA1 was won by Amelia George over Leilani Battle and Sarah Caldstead. FA40 was won by Nicole Coleman over Shayna Schuerman and T-Bex.
T-Bex.
FA50 was won by my business partner Kayla Signs Already over Tony Morgan. FA2 was won by Jaden Friedel. FA3 was won by Sammy the Tutu Mayes. FA4 was won by, oh boy, Sophia Bright Speiler. Man, I butchered that, I'm sure. And then FJ08 was won by Nevaeh Howard. Pretty sure that's right. Congratulations to all the winners out there. That's really awesome. We love covering those events here at the KO Disc Golf Show. All right, tournament look ahead. This is presented by Swamp Cow Kava Bar. Swamp Cow Kava Bar, love me that muddy water. Next week we have the Tehran Open. This is happening at Lake Fenwick, ran by Tyler Schrock. Not too many people signed up so far. but I imagine it'll fill up in due time. This is I love Fenwick. It's one of my favorite courses. It's a pretty short track, pretty heavily wooded, but a lot of fun to play. A lot of
Super
really cool
fun.
a lot of cool putter shots.
For that one, Kirby?
What's that?
You playing that one?
Yeah, I'm playing that one. I've won it. I won last year, and then I think I've won that twice now so far. So,
Gotta defend the title.
for sure. Yeah, it's not really a super prestigious event, I wouldn't say, in the area, but it's something it's an event that I personally look forward to every year, and I have a lot of fun playing. So, yeah. All right. Weather look ahead, presented by AGL Discs.
Together we can reduce, reuse, and recycle for a greener future for disc golfers.
I love it, man. We're really getting smooth at that. It's so good. All right, this week in Seattle, it's going to be a really nice week all in all. Looking at highs of like mid 70s for Tuesday and Wednesday. Um, Looking at pretty much the entire week all the way up until Sunday where it's going to get a little windy and we got a small chance of rain, and then Monday next week we got some rain. So maybe some rain this weekend. Looking at mostly sun, partially cloudy, mid 70s. It's going to be all in all a really, really nice week here in Seattle. So looking forward to that. Should be great. Maybe enjoy your last week of shorts weather. Maybe not too many more of those days coming up. All right. You ready for the best 30 seconds of your week? We got a breakdown this week. I don't know how many more we're having, but we got one.
Yeah, I
Ollie,
know.
you
I
ready,
guess they're
bud?
gonna have to take like a little break from the breakdown, and then I guess we'll revamp.
Yeah,
It'll
we'll have
come
a
back revamp.
little hiatus. So that's
Yeah.
good. I think we're starting to run low on puns, anyways. So
Give it a year, and then they'll come back, and then it'll be fine. It'll be like we never said them.
exactly. All right, you ready, bud?
Yeah.
All right, you ready? In 3, 2, 1, go.
Starting with MPO playoffs. Don't talk about playoffs. Are you kidding me? Playoffs. Paul Macbeth is Paul McBeast in the world picking up his second elite win this year. Washed up? I don't think so. Mr. 1062 himself actually tied his rating coming in second place. That is not going to help his best at breaking that ratings record. Oregononian, Coloradalian, and tackling off 6 birdies on the front 9 to secure a third place. Crans, we do it! Yes, we crans! And another Paul in the top 5. In FBO, we had a 3-way playoff. Usually you get extra for that kind of action. As Paige Pierce, Owen Scoggins, and Missy Gannon all go into a short 1-hole playoff that Paige Pierce wins an Elite Series or major for the 15th consecutive year. Is she the greatest player in the FBO history? Owen really owned that second position, and Missy Gannon was there.
That
I'm done.
was
Good job, Ollie. That was good.
not bad, man. Yeah, a little bumpy at the start, but I like the way we kind of smoothed.
Dude, I got way too hot. I was like, oh, I'm gonna come in way.
You came off. It was like, oh wow, this is. And you kind of. Then you kind of locked in.
I think, oh wow, was a really good description of that for sure.
I'll take it.
All right, we're gonna answer the KO question of the week.
I'll take it.
KO question of the week was, can you have leftover cookies or are they just cookies? Ollie, what do you think?
Yes, you can. Like, I think that's the difference between like getting a pack of cookies and then having them. You could close that pack easy. But then if you like make cookies, be like, oh, those are the leftover cookies Mom made. I feel like that's a real sentence that's been said before in the world.
Okay, Colin, what do you think?
Man, to be honest, I'm kind of confused by the question.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw this online the other day. It's kind of just a thought of like what is the definition of a leftover at that point?
Okay.
Like is if you make a batch of cookies and you don't eat all the cookies in that batch, are they leftover, or is it like
That's
cookies?
just a cookie.
Yeah.
Dude, and personally, in the Bryant household at least. So
No
I have a
cookies.
younger sister, and she loves to bake, which is great. And she makes a ton of cookies, and we always have lots of leftovers. So I don't know. I love leftover cookies. I think they're great.
Yeah, so there's
So
your
there's
answer.
leftovers.
Leftover cookies is a real thing.
So I'm on the side. I think they're just cookies, where it's like it's just a cookie, where it's like I don't care if it's leftover. Like regardless of when you made the cookie, if you made the cookie yesterday,
It
yeah,
doesn't,
a cookie on a plate's a cookie on a plate.
dude. When you get a fresh cookie, though, that's pretty. I mean,
Fresh cookie is different though. We're just talking about cookies.
dude. Oh no, you're talking about leftover cookies.
That's like
Okay, well
saying,
that's still
okay,
different. Fresh is different than leftover.
so pizza the next night's just pizza.
It's pizza one night old.
Yeah, one night old pizza is different. Yeah, I'm down for that one.
No,
You can have like
no,
a leftover slice.
that's not what I was trying to prove.
Well, people, yeah, like that's
That's not-
totally different.
Yeah, I would say if I'm answering the question, honestly, dude, I love leftovers. I think they're great.
And
All right, comment down below if you think cookies are leftover or they're just cookies. All right, we're gonna get into the draft real quick this week. This is the ice cream or frozen, kind of like frozen treat draft, basically. The thought here is anything. If you go to that aisle at the grocery store and you see all the different kinds of ice creams with the ice cream bars and confectionery treats, all that kind of stuff. So, Ollie, I believe I gave you the first pick and Colin the second one. So
I'm taking a
jump right in.
drumstick. A drumstick. I think those
Oh,
are so goated.
It's a good.
You got
Yo.
the nut, the chocolate. I always go with the vanilla ones. I think they're
Yes.
just so goated. I think they also make mini ones that I think are like so you can go in on them.
They have like the little like chocolate in the bottom of the tip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
yeah,
are
yeah.
really. What's fun is to bite off the bottom and then suck out the ice cream through the bottom there.
You're
Yeah.
insane. I could
Yes.
never done that.
I'm a madman.
I'm more. I like perfectly bite off all the chocolate, and then I like perfectly make a circle.
Same.
I don't know. I'm a little more like.
I do
Nah.
the same thing too. I
Also, saying that out loud is also kind of insane. I can't really.
Nah, I'm telling you, next time, don't even take a bite of the chocolate at all. Just suck all the ice cream out and then just eat the empty shell. Dude, I'm telling you.
I
I'm
might have
telling
to.
you. Yeah.
I like
It's
I like to savor my treat. You know, when you like just like all
He's shotgunning drumsticks, bro.
you just like it's
all right. Colin, what you got for the second pick?
I'm gonna go with some. Oh man, it's hard. I'm gonna go with mint chocolate chip Tillamook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Goated. That's so
Tillamook,
good.
huh? Tillamook is a really nice brand.
I feel like their chunks are a little chunkier than most, which I like. They actually do like chocolate chunks.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the big squares?
The mint chocolate chip.
Yeah.
I think they're like broken up.
Like broken pieces. I like the ones that have the bigger pieces too.
Or like kind of broken.
Okay.
I think they were originally squares broken up, but they're pretty broken up.
All right, so for my first pick here, I'm going with kind of a tried and true summer classic, and it's a Rocket Pop with the red, white, and blue. Absolutely love them. I love that it was like a trend last year that like all the different companies were doing Rocket Pop flavored, electrolyte mixes and all kinds of different drinks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They were all really good. Buddy, my cat's over in the corner. I don't know if you guys can hear Snicks on the other side yelling. Just freaking out over there. And then for my second pick here, I am going to go with one of my personal favorite Ben and Jerry's flavors, and that is Chubby Hubby.
Oh wow.
It is basically like vanilla ice cream with fudge swirls, and then it has peanut butter filled pretzels also in the ice cream as well. It's really, really good. So I'm a big fan of that one. So Chubby Hubby is my other pick.
Okay.
Man, let's see here. I think I'm gonna have to go with. You guys ever had like those Klondikes? Those like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Klondike. Dude, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
What would Colin Bryant do for a
Those are
Klondike
so
bar?
good.
That'd be a hell of a sponsor. Hot on tour, just whip out the Klondike bar.
Yeah.
Yo,
It's
well, would you run this putt for a Klondike bar? And then you're like, I would run that putt for a Klondike bar.
I I mean, if
Just shows you airballing off a cliff, but then the next scene's you like happily eating your.
yeah. I mean, like you're playing like around and like the guy in your car has like a little cooler in his bag and he starts pulling out Klondikes. Like, man, my
That guy's a
Goated.
psychopath. That guy's a psycho. Like those are melted, guaranteed in that cooler. No way, bud.
They're
Klondikes.
oh. All right, so then it's me.
Yeah,
Back to
you
back.
got a back to back. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Kind of taken from Colin because it's so good. The Choco Taco is actually so undeniably goated.
Wow.
I think
Okay.
also from them. It is so good. It is a chocolate taco. So like a waffle as a taco, ice cream in the middle,
Mhm.
and the chocolate on the outside. Love Choco Tacos infinitely.
Sure.
And then I think we're going to get a little cheeky with it. Psych, no, we're not. We're just gonna go with the classic vanilla ice cream bar. You know, like just the vanilla in the middle with the ice cream bars there. I feel like I have so many of like
Ice cream
Like the sandwich.
yeah, ice cream bar sandwich. That's what I mean.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I mean.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
my
yeah,
bad, my
yeah.
bad, my
Oh
bad.
yeah, those are so good. Yeah.
I feel like it's just too goated, too much of a classic. You know, like so many hot days as a kid, and you just like a teacher pulls out the box, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, best day of my. I don't know. Yeah, those were good, and they're so they're cheap and easy. So I feel like everyone. Yeah.
So good, dude.
Yeah. No
Oh,
argument. there.
I like this.
Yes. Colin, back to you.
And I think I'm gonna go with a root beer float. Does that count?
Yeah. I'll
Sure.
give it to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Root beer float, man. I mean,
That has ice cream in it. I'll run it.
dude, I mean,
That's a good one. I'm down for that.
You get that nice like just liquid like cream. It's so good.
That like the foam that's on top is so good that yeah. Man. I haven't had a good root beer float in a long time. That sounds so good. You know, I like Coke floats too. Those are also really nice.
Yeah,
You just like Coca-Cola instead.
I'm a root beer guy, so I just
There's like a fruit punch drink. It's like ginger ale with like the sorbet, rainbow sorbet, and that's like another
Oh.
good float. I love that. That's really good too.
We did Sprite and sherbet.
oh yeah.
Yeah, we did that growing up. That was like our like I don't know, random like Friday
Yeah.
night dessert at times. Yeah. All right, I think it's me with the back to back here. All right, I'm gonna go with this is kind of like a new personal favorite of mine. They are like you can buy them at the grocery store. It is a Spider-Man raspberry flavored frozen pop. It's just like like a Spider-Man head. They're not very big. They're pretty small, but they're really really good. It tastes like real raspberry. Like it tastes more like almost like sorbet or that kind of thing. I think it's like one of those like healthier options for kids.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I kind of bought them off of a whim on just like a really hot summer day in the middle of the summer and ended up eating them like all summer long because they're really really nice. So like Spider-Man like fruit bars, I guess I don't know exactly what they are, what they're made of. And then for my other pick here, I think you know what? Honestly, kind of just like a tried and true classic. I really like Tillamook brand, like the vanilla bean ice cream.
Okay.
Like the vanilla ice cream that has the little black specks in it. That's
Yeah.
really really good. So I'm gonna go with that Tillamook vanilla bean.
That's a good one. I mean, Tillamook, anything Tillamook's kind of banger. It's good stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, really good stuff.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm gonna have to go with. I don't really know. I just got it like we were in Leavenworth, and there was like a gelato store, and one of the flavors was I love cinnamon. And one of the flavors was just cinnamon. Cinnamon flavored
Oh,
gelato. That's what I'm gonna go with.
That's bomb.
It was
that
Sounds
sounds
bomb.
great.
it was so good. Yeah.
I was glad. I didn't think any of y'all. I kind of got out of. I think my last pick gets out of the norm, I guess, of this, but it's still 1000% a frozen treat that I love. Otter Pops.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
me an Otter Pop.
Oh,
Yeah.
Give me an Otter Pop.
Damn.
I'm happy, man.
that's
I
good.
feel like I missed out, dude, because that's a
Dude,
huge one for me.
I was like, if no one takes this, I know I can take it last, and I could just be pretty happy with my list.
Dude,
So
I had an Otter Pop yesterday.
Yeah, that's a huge miss on my
They're
part. Damn.
goated.
Yeah,
I love
also
my list
had,
so much.
I had butter pecan ice cream. I don't know if you guys have ever had that.
Yeah.
I had that on my list. And then Talenti does a raspberry sorbet. That's also like insane. It's super good.
I'm a huge shaved ice guy. That was gonna be my other one. Like unreal,
Sure.
like love shaved ice.
Yeah.
I never really liked shaved ice because I would always see them and like I'd just see like the ice and then the syrup go in there, and I'm like, oh,
It's a lot of syrup.
I don't know. It's,
All that yellow 5. God,
Give me
God.
that. Give me that red 40.
Colin, I really, really appreciate you coming on the show. Congratulations on the weekend. Congratulations on the big weeks you've had leading up to this weekend. Always rooting for you. It's always a pleasure. I got you favorited on my PDGA app, you and Kirby. So I just pop on the app and you guys pop up there. So I love that. Got a few other players there, but for this most top dog one was paying attention to that. But always rooting for you. And again, really appreciate taking some time to come on and talk to us.
thanks for having me on. It's always love doing it. So
A little quote from Bob Golick. I think that's how you say it. He was a defensive tackle in the NFL from 1979 to 1992. If you're mad at a kid, you can either raise him to be a nose tackle or send him out to play on the freeway. It's about the same thing. Shoot low, and see you next week. Peace.